Hi, my friend, it's Pat Sloan. We are here for a sizzling day. It is Jelly Sizzle day. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to sort the fabric and look at how to put the color combinations, how I would do it for a jelly roll. And then I'll show you a little bit about sorting on the drying rack. But first, a couple other things before we get to that. So today, which is actually Friday that I'm taping this, my good friend Heidi that volunteers with the Virginia Quilt Museum, she was actually on when I did the museum anniversary video. Heidi was one of the people that I interviewed, and she had talked to some of the people who were the founders of the museum. So that's Heidi, and I've known Heidi since I started quilting, literally since I joined my first guild. And she used to live down the street from me, but retired and moved a little bit further away. So she was in town, and I took this stack here to give to her. These are 30 quilts that will be going to the Virginia Quilt Museum to use as fundraisers. So they will be doing different things. They might sell them in their gift shop. They might take them out to events and sell raffle tickets. They're going to do a bunch of different things with them. What, I don't know yet because I just gave them to them, but this was a big deal. I have quilts that are what I would call like a little bit nicer, like yes, all my quilts are nice, but they're really not. I mean, there's a lot of quilts that I've done. When you've done quilts for 30 years, some of them just are out of style. Also, I did a lot of work for magazines, which were really just a lot of small projects, and a lot of those things have gone to my local friend here who does the charity work. But there's a group of quilts that I've been saving for the Virginia Quilt Museum, and I was going to take them down in another month or so, but since Heidi was going to be up here, she said, hey, I can pick them up, and I'm like, great, because then you can get the ball rolling on doing that. So it was sometimes it feels a little like, oh, should I let this one go yet? But I have to. I have too many to not let some of them start going to live a new and second life, because they're actually doing nothing sitting on my shelf. They're just sitting there. Whereas they can go out and make some money for the museum, so they can support an exhibit, or staffing fees, accountants fees, whatever it is that they need to put the money towards at the museum. So I'm more than happy to be letting them go that way. And there were big quilts, a little bit bigger size ones, because I need to free up some space on my shelves, because the book is starting to come out, which means these quilts are going to come back to me. All the quilts here for my next book will be returning home to me at some point in the next probably month. Today, which is April, you're watching this April 2nd, but on April 1st, the Kindle version was sent out to those of you who ordered the Kindle version of my book. So exciting! Yeah, so exciting. If you have ordered the print copy, they will roll out from Amazon as they get to the warehouses and get processed. Amazon doesn't have one warehouse. Amazon has lots of warehouses. So some people will get their book before others just because of the processing through different warehouses. So don't get like so crazy that if somebody else gets theirs and yours hasn't shipped yet. It will get shipped. You will get it. And if you have not pre-ordered yet or ordered, you can get it in the link down below. Okay, a mail call. We have to do a mail call before we get to the Jelly Sizzle because I had some lovely gifts that are just like fun. So you have to see. So first I have from Kayleen in South Carolina. She sent me a lovely note and a yummy Starbucks card. So this, we will say Kayleen bought me my Starbucks today. I went over and walked to get the Starbucks before I started taping the video. So I'm all ready to go. Thank you. Mwah. Now the other present mail call came from Barbara in Pennsylvania, and Barbara wrote me and said that, well, she wrote it on the card, so I'll just tell you. So she sent me a little card. She says, it's time for my annual Peeps supply. Oh my goodness. All right, Peeps. Peeps, there they are, Peeps. But let me just show you this. She sent an entire beautiful tin with all different flavor of Peeps. What is that one? Wild berry. She sent these little ones. There's one covered in chocolate. I've always wanted to try this one, so I'm going to try that one. There was, I peeked in here already, a bunch of the little ones. Greg loves these Peeps. He loves them. There's some jelly beans, Peeps jelly beans. What's another flavor in here? What's this one? That's chocolate Peeps. And what's this one? Cotton candy, pink Peeps. Just a bunch of different flavors. And then look at this, the Pez. I love Pez. I love Pez. I don't know why. I think I just like the containers that they come in. Oh my goodness. But wait, there's more. Yes. Barbara outdid herself. She outdid herself. Okay, here's a little thing with the Peeps on the bottom, and then here's a plushie. Yeah, we have to open it. Okay, hold on. All right, I didn't. Okay, there we go. Look. Oh my God, I just dropped him. Look at this. He's so cute. Okay, he's going to sit on my desk, I think. And then there's Peeps, of course, the Peeps in there. But wait, there's more. Barbara also found, and this is it, Peeps cereal. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm dying. This is so good. Mwah. Thank you, Barbara. I am thrilled beyond thrilled with all of my Peeps surprises. Now this one I think I'm going to open up and I'm going to put it in the top. Okay, it's not opening easily. Okay, we're going to cut it. Don't cut the Peep. And we're going to put it in my coffee. Do you put Peeps in your coffee? See, this is the little one. So I think he'll fit in here really well. So let's see. So if I put him in here, he'll float on the top. What do you think? Look how cute that is. I think Starbucks should start selling them like this. Your coffee with a Peep in it. Okay. I love it. You guys are so much fun. All right, so now with all of that, we will get on to the Jelly Sizzle. So you have your jelly roll and your pattern. So I am doing, once again, the one that takes one jelly roll, which is this size, and then I will do my extra border on it. I think it's a great kids quilt size or a decorating size. You can put it on a tabletop or even a small area that you want to hang. And I am going to use my friend Corey's fabric. Which one is this? Called Cozy Up. So this is the line. Remember I showed you? So the first thing we want to do is decide. Now I decided I was going to use this aqua, the little bit lighter aqua than is what was in it. That is the color that I'm going to use. And I did get a blue container, one of my blue containers, so it's got the sizzle on it. So we need to separate these guys out and take a look at them and see exactly what is going on. You know, what are the colors in it really? You are going to use 32 of these, so which means that there'll be some that you don't use because there's 42 in a jelly roll. A regular jelly roll, a standard size that manufacturers stick to, is 42. So if you're getting it from any regular manufacturer of fabric, Benartex like my company, Moda, Riley Blake, Wyndham, whoever, they should be 42 strips, which means you won't use 10 of the strips. So you can decide if you want to take your color palette and make it a little bit tighter by removing one of the colors. So let's take a look at how that might work. And I'm not going to worry about the teal part at first. We're just going to first look at the colors of this guy. So I will need to open it up. This is the one I already took the lint roller and cleaned it up, but I'm going to keep the lint roller handy here because it's going to create more lint when I open it up. I'll just give it one more nice little sweep here. Okay, so that's handy for when I know it's going to need it. So when you unroll your jelly roll, if you want to take a look at it and decide on removing like 10 pieces, you want to separate them out by the colors. And you'll see the one end has is the folded end. So I'm going to work from the folded end. So this whole grouping here is kind of cream based, like even I could take, I'm going to call those yellow. I'm going to call that plaid yellow. So these are like cream based. And then what do I have? Let's see what is actually here. So if I do yellow, there's just a few that are primarily yellow. And then there's this sort of coral, which leans a lot more towards peachy coral, and then green and teal and gray. Okay, so if I'm looking at all this right now, let's pull this back some. Okay, so if I'm looking at all this right now, I see, you know, there's a large group of the white based, only a couple of yellow, which is fine. I'm okay with that if there's only a couple. The peach and teal, they're about the same, which is a little less than this. Same with the gray, and then there's 4 green, and I'm okay with the green. So this, I want this to feel a little bit springy. So if I wanted to remove a color, I might remove the gray. So what happens if I remove the gray? There's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 gray. So if I remove the gray and then removed maybe a few of the lights, how many say there was 7? Okay, 7. I would move this one that looks solid. So it's basically a tone on tone dot. So I'll remove that one, that's 8. And then maybe I will remove this one, 8, 9, and one more that reads, you know, maybe reads a little bit more solid. So maybe I'll just remove this other little dot. Okay, so that gives me prints that for me all feel very springy. They all have this, so I've reduced the colors, and you could probably blend these two together so that I have teal, green, peach, and kind of cream yellow. So if I wanted to put that grouping together, this would be 4 different colors. with you know, quite a few, except for the green. There's less of the green so that they won't be in as many of the combinations, because what we're going to be doing is creating these strip sets. There's 6 colors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to be creating units of 6, and that way some of these will be repeated because there's just 4. So I would take from the ones that have, you know, eventually that have more color in them and repeat those. Then what I want to do is be sure I get green in enough of them so that the green is all around. Now taking that, I have this aqua for the pinwheels. So that, I'm still liking that, but I had other options. So I also had yellow for the pinwheels. So here's yellow, which also looks really nice and might be better if I have enough of it. And the other thing I had tried out prior was, let me get out of here, was this sort of a medium gray. Now when I put that on there, it looks really dark, but that is not a bad thing, because these pinwheels get lost really easily. I have found by seeing a bunch of them that if you use something that doesn't have a high contrast, remember mine has the red, I'll just pop my picture up here again, mine has the red contrast which really popped off of there. This gray might actually be a really good option because it's going to be strong enough, it won't blend into the other fabrics, and I think that will be a really good thing. So how will I sort of mix these up? What I'm going to do is get my drying rack that I just got so I can show it to you. And then we'll play around with these strips a little bit on the drying rack. So the drying rack now can sit next to my sewing machine actually. You know, here's the sewing machine, and I can put the drying rack right here, and I've got the same groupings that I had on the table. So basically I can take one strip at a time and I can put out layouts. So if I wanted 6 of them, and I'm going to put it so that so that the colors are rearranged, but also I don't want the same pattern next to each other. You know, I'm kind of fussy like that. So easy wise, I could just go to the teal again, say that's 4. So I need 6. I know there's not as many green, so I won't repeat the green again yet. I will go the teal, and then maybe down here in the yellows, but I don't want the same yellow that I have like I don't want that buffalo plaid because I just put the buffalo plaid. So I want something different next to it in scale. So I've got tiny, larger, open, you know, larger, open, tiny. So there's a whole variety of scale there, and all of them are lined up. So I can basically, now it does have you cutting these strips. It's so that you could do a more variety. So it has you cutting them smaller into like 12-inch, you know, sections to sew with. So if you wanted, you could take these then, and on your other side of your mat, your table here, you could put a little mat and cut off 12-inch sections and sew them so that you can get more variety. If you're somebody who doesn't care about that, about the variety, you could just start sewing these the whole length. And then you'll have several of them that have the same look, which isn't a bad thing. So it just depends on your personality and whether you know, and your sewing style. Do you prefer to do it that way, or do you want to mix up the patterns a bit more so that there's less, you know, of them that look like the same, that are the same block? So that would be how I would approach this. I will probably go ahead and cut them because I personally like the variety to mix it up. Now I don't need to pick that pinwheel color until these blocks are done. So I could actually do all the blocks, and then on the pattern I can lay them out, you know, how this is, and then decide on the pinwheel color. So I don't need to do that part first. I have 3 options there, and you know, I think that's good. I think that's good just to leave it, because I also had that other teal that was darker, which I did order a bit more of that. And that darker teal is more like what this teal is in the fabric line. So that also might work. And I ordered one, I think yellow or orange of this particular fabric here, of this fabric for the border around it, because I'm going to do the extra border like I have the pattern for. Okay, I will put a project page up on I Love to Make Quilts for this. It will probably be up there sometime today that you're watching this video, if it's not already there. But it'll be on I Love to Make Quilts, and I'll do a Jelly Sizzle page so that I can put the same, so I can put the bonus border on there, and then any, you know, links to these videos where the Friday videos where we'll do this for the month. This is a fast project, so some of you will not work on it all month, but you might take all month to get it finished, which is good because you might hurry up and sew it, but then life might happen and you don't get back to quilting it. But if your goal is to get it quilted by the end of the month and binding on it, being sure every Friday you allocate to work on it will get you there. So, okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I think I need my coffee with the peep. Look, I think he's getting a little melty in there. He's having a little swim in the coffee. So cute. You have to have a peep in your coffee cup. Ta-da! You are ready to do Jelly Sizzles, and I am so excited to see yours. Please share the fabrics. Go to my group, Quilt Along with Pat Sloan at Facebook. Share the fabrics that you're using. If you're using a drying rack like I am to keep track, share a picture of it so we can all see. I think that's a lot of fun, that we actually show what we're doing in the progress, not just at the end when we finish, because that is motivating. It is much more motivating for us to be showing things as we're going along than just at the very end. Okay, my friend, I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.